flat, so it's almost a square frame. And
Frances McDormand is Lady Macbeth.
yep,
Oh,
it's
that's
either
gotta be
amazing
interesting.
good or a wonderful misfire.
Yeah, amazing.
Or maybe
Yeah.
both at the same time.
Yep.
She's formidable, so I think that would be amazing.
Hello, world.
Hey, Bill, good to see you. Doug, Steph, everybody else.
Denzel Washington was superb as the prince in Kenneth Branagh's Much Ado About Nothing.
We
Yep.
have a full peanut gallery, folks, so the background noise may be interesting.
Well, today it's the popcorn gallery, but
Hey,
Literally popcorn.
hey, John has been playing again.
I have a
Oh, by the
question.
way, there's a new quilt.
Yeah.
Another quilt.
support live from Blackford. Buy a school.
Yeah.
Our basket bunnies.
She
Basket
actually
bunnies
said she was
down.
thinking of not selling it.
Buy a basket bunny for your beloved
Yeah.
baby.
No, we did not get snow. It's cold enough, but it's not snowing yet. That's supposed to be next week. Yesterday was 77 degrees. Today is
37.
37.
Bill says hi, Rita.
Hi, Bill. I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Just speaking of Justin Trudeau, but not thinking of anyone in particular, of course. Before Adolf Hitler offed himself and his lady, because it was the only sane thing for him to do at that point. Was there ever a time when he spoke publicly and acted a little bit nervous, a little off balance, a little off his game, or did he pretend and feign confidence the whole time?
Oh, he faked the confidence the whole time.
That's what I figured. Because you know what? At some point, Trudeau's got to realize how out of his depth he really is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He has the arrogant stupidity of AOC. I mean, he really does.
Yeah.
Dunning and St. Kruger watch over us.
Dunning
all.
and Kruger.
Yeah.
The actual comparison you make is, did Fidel Castro ever appear weak or unsure?
Yeah, but
No, these are not bongs. They're
bongs, they're funny.
yeah. Andy said, "Is Ian holding up a bong?"
What? Never mind.
Our neighborhood.
And
Don
says, "Hi."
Hi, Rita.
I don't. But to do the comparison, it sort of doesn't compare because Fidel had a very long ride from a very limited population who were very close
I
off.
was about to say, very long ride
Very
on
close.
Trudeau's mom.
Yeah.
Closed off and everything. You know what I think really needs to happen is I think that there should be, I'm sure there are lots of trustworthy people up there who are up there, and people should be sending them like those Visa like cash cards, and they can go get gas with that. If the GoFundMe thing doesn't work, there's no reason they can't use a gift card at a gas pump. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Make Trudeau shut down all of the
banks.
credit card stuff?
Well,
So people can't use a card to get gas anymore?
Not yet.
Not
That-
yet.
That's coming.
That's coming. That's next. All the
Yeah.
banks mysteriously shut down yesterday.
Oh, it's better. It's worse than that. The major banks have had a major cash run.
Yeah.
Have you seen the graphs?
I
Yeah.
can imagine why.
Yeah. This is, yeah. At some point, though,
Tannerite rabbit.
Oh.
No, Bill.
Oh, wait, that sounds good. Let's do that. We can mail them all to Trudeau for his Easter.
Anyway.
basket.
Back to Canada.
Yeah.
Is anybody watching the shit show? Is anybody not watching the shit show? I should say.
3 minutes.
Damn it. Up in our northern hat neighbors, because holy gods, George Hill posted a live feed of the Canadian Parliament where they were, wow, the knives are out and they're vicious.
Well, and Trudeau called the Jewish lady
Let's see.
a Nazi.
Yep.
Yes.
Where's he
A
doing?
Jewish female legislator.
The first female Jewish minister of Parliament
Yes.
ever elected in
And
Canada.
she was associating with people waving swastikas.
Yeah. The one picture of a swastika was taken by Trudeau's photographer.
Yeah, it
goodness.
wasn't a setup or anything.
wait,
Goodness.
Uh,
swastikas was the Antifa there?
Cass Trudeau show. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah, you're
Don,
right, Don.
If you want a rabbit exploding, you need to talk to Rita.
Yeah. But the interesting part is that in addition, the truckers have now said, fine, you want to play games, we're going to sit here, you're going to arrest us, and then you've got to haul our trucks off.
Uh-huh.
So effectively what they are doing is parking the trucks and saying, we're done.
So one of the tow companies that they were trying to impress into service,
Yeah.
brought his gigantic tow truck over and parked it right in snug with the trucks.
Yep.
And walked away.
Yeah. So far, he's losing the battle.
Yeah.
Still, again.
Well, and he doesn't even realize it.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
The guy is just so
I'm
arrogant.
given to understand, I've heard a rumor that the Parliament will be holding a vote of no confidence later on, or
It's
either
slated to be done.
early next week.
Yeah, today is they're supposed to vote today on whether or not they enact the emergency powers. You should also tell them about the guy, one of the trucks right in front of Parliament. I don't know if they can hear me.
Starlink.
One of the trucks in front of Parliament has a big platform built on it with a Starlink satellite dish.
Yeah.
And 360 view around the entire area.
Yeah.
Run by a generator. So if they cut off the cell towers, they're like, yeah, go right ahead. We're
Yep.
good.
In case you did not hear what Jonna said, one of the trucks now has a tower, by platform built on it with a Starlink satellite hookup and a generator.
I wonder if
And a 360 camera.
And 360-degree cameras.
I'm wondering, A, if Elon Musk donated that, and B, if Trudeau has the stones to go after Elon Musk.
Oh, good try.
I have this mental image of a Falcon Heavy doing another test shot with a Tesla,
Yeah.
and Trudeau nowhere to be found ever again, arcing out past Mars.
I still want to know what's the trunk of the first one.
Yup. British spy, British super spy.
Yeah. Yeah, Nancy says she could hear you, Jonna, so.
Okay, good.
Oops, our rocket had a malfunction. Landed on your house. Nah, you don't want to do that.
You guys listen to his update, Elon's update that he's buying oil rigs
Yeah.
Yes.
so we can launch from oil rigs and not be a fuel emitting country.
Yeah.
This man, oh,
Go east. Not the evil genius we wanted, the evil genius we needed.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Two in the trunk, one in the driver's seat. Nah, the trucks are not that big on those damn things. Yeah, it'd be too much collateral damage with an oops residential landing. Speaking of collateral damage, I'm of the opinion that the whole mess over in Europe has kicked off.
Oh. Ha! Go.
I lost the train of thought.
Apparently, the Russian Department of State, whatever the hell they're called over there, has issued a press release whereupon they have announced that they would like the Western media to kindly provide them a list of the dates upon which they will be invading Ukraine, so diplomats can plan their holidays.
Yeah. Anyway, there was an artillery bombardment that somehow straight across the border into Ukraine and hit a children's school.
Oh, goodness.
Oh no.
Thankfully, none of the kids were there at the time. But I think this is the kickoff,
Well,
because what they're doing is they're trying to get them to respond. And you launch an artillery shell and it lands on a children's school. To me, that pretty much demands a response.
cost us belly.
Yeah.
I was noticing
That's
the,
true, Andy.
I was noticing the
What did Andy say?
not too late to adopt a Ukrainian mistress
Or two.
or two.
Yeah. Every Ukrainian chick I've ever met is insanely high maintenance, and B, my wife would kill me dead. Yes, she would. Andy.
I was watching the Western media well, actually the Biden administration, but I repeat myself, stating that the Russians were pulling back.
Yeah, right.
Thing
How,
is,
if you're pulling back, are you adding 7,000 more troops?
well, thing is, I had buddies, old buddies, saying they're not going anywhere.
No, they're not.
We're looking at them. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
In other words, file under just the tip.
Yeah. Rita.
And she's off.
Yeah, at least it wasn't an aspirin factory this time, Bill. You're right. That was Clinton.
Yeah.
Emulating a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Douglas. I guess.
Well, this whole thing's emulating Wag the Dog.
Again.
Again, yeah. But it's, yeah, she's not wrong. Dawn, God.
Apparently, you're coming through loud and clear, babe.
Yeah.
I'm coming through that.
Yep.
Apparently, you are.
What did Dawn say?
She's not wrong.
Dot, dot, dot. She's not wrong.
Mhm.
Peace in our time. Oh, God, yes.
I don't want to do interesting times again, damn it. I've been through this crap once,
Yeah.
especially when I'm not in a position where I can actually influence anything this time.
We're a little close to Shepherd Air Force Base for this crap to kick off.
Yeah. If they hit Shepherd, we don't have anything to worry about.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
So,
They might be dragging something out of the hangar over there.
no, powdered cheese, actually.
What?
Richard Brown astronauts had dill pickle jar juice on popcorn. Not powdered cheese.
But we have some pickles in the fridge if you want them.
We do.
Yeah, there's pickles in the fridge.
That's got to be the only pickles left.
Yeah.
'Cause all the ones at the house are gone.
Why
Yeah,
did
no,
nobody?
there's a couple pickles here in the fridge.
Why did nobody tell me this before I went and pop popcorn?
Well, you didn't say anything.
And we put the fun in dysfunctional.
And laughter and manslaughter sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just been.
Well,
Yeah, Koala, you've got a couple of things out there that people know about and they would dearly love to get in the door at. Trust me.
the Los Alamos is gone. That's in there.
Yeah. And Kirtland.
On back to Trudeau. I had my
Back up to-
back to Trudeau.
No, I'm not going to back up to that son of a bitch.
I honestly, my apocalypse bingo card did not have Canadian truckers kicking off the apocalypse.
Nope. Apparently, it's coming here.
Um,
Stock up, gang.
yeah. Right now, folks, if you need to stock up on the on perishables, it's going to be kind of interesting there for a while. We're going to be for a while. But as I was talking about earlier, the Canadian banks, Trudeau issued a really stupid statement. And apparently this morning, every Canadian just went ahead and pulled his, her, or its money out of Canadian banks.
Yeah.
He's watched the graphs this morning, and they skyrocketed. And these banks don't have the cash on hand to do that.
Nope.
Not very much. And the more people pull money out, panic more people. They'll have
Yeah, they do not have enough money in the Canadian system, just like we don't down here either.
nope.
That would be one of the interesting things if we really get the departure down here. There was a book a number of years ago about the U.S. splitting up and Texas basically seizing. And one of the more interesting parts of the book was what is sitting over outside of Dallas-Fort Worth.
That's a big area. What side of Dallas Fort?
That'd be a nice big pile of gold.
Well, we are supposedly have that back now,
Yeah.
but the one of the federal presses is over there.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Federal Reserve printing press?
Yeah. Which prints money.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't realize that. It's not all printed in D.C.
Hmm.
A good bit of it's printed, Bracken. It's printed right here in
I
Texas.
thought it was in Denver too.
Yeah.
They
Denver,
do,
San Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be worthless paper if they push that hard.
No, you're not. Whoa. It's a simple 24-hour turnaround to change the plates.
Yeah.
And start printing the Texas dollar.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yep.
Yeah, but somebody has to design them.
And the voice you heard, the male voice off camera, was D. Jason Fleming,
Hello.
who is sitting in and observing today.
You want to see how the sausage was made?
Yeah, we're talking about the mint, Brian. Or the print shop, depending.
I think about a popcorn.
Was it Crapman in State of Disobedience? It was either Crapman or Bracken, and I can't remember which.
Texas going off on its own after apocalypse has
Yeah.
been the subject of more books and stories than not, actually.
Yeah.
People have this mental image about Texas, and sometimes they're not far wrong. Texas, there's a large part of Texas outside of the metroplexes that would reschedule their high school and college football games and then go right on about business.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Bill. I knew I'd read it, just couldn't remember which book it was in.
Yeah, just give us a couple of days to reschedule our
Yeah.
high school and college football games and get out of the way.
Yeah.
For most of us in Texas, outside the metro areas, things wouldn't change.
Yep.
Not that much anyway.
Family pack of pork chops, 97 cents a pound.
Hello, where?
That Dawn.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of supplies, Reed and I were coming back from Wichita this morning and passed a bloody huge flock of gigantic turkeys, just off the road. And I swear, if I'd have had a decent slingshot, I could have taken 2 of those things.
Well, they're dumb enough this time of the year.
Walk carrying it home because you're not bringing dead turkeys in my car.
Wow, Dawn, you got to buy. It's a target-rich environment.
If I had a grenade, I'd had about 20 turkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, then you'd be picking the friggin' shrapnel out of them.
They weren't that big, go right through.
All you want to do is just split the breast, take the breast out, and throw the rest of it away. Because the rest of the turkey stinks.
Point.
And they are not like butterballs, trust me.
No, I think it tastes better.
Yeah.
There's a lot more flavor to a wild turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. Vacuum sealed in the freezer. Yeah, it must be nice. Of course, I don't particularly care for pork chops because I had a years ago close up 7-day spread of pork chops, 3 meals a day with beans. And the only thing to drink was desaled water because the supply ship broke. And if you've ever had a military pork chop, they're about as hard as this tabletop.
Pork pucks.
Yeah, and they taste about the same.
Wild turkeys that are wild, Bill, have a really good flavor.
Yeah.
They have a very turkey flavor.
Yep.
Domestic turkeys are watered down turkey flavor.
And it depends on what they've been eating, Bill. It's just like deer.
Mm.
You know, you get deer that have been eating acorns. They'll taste one way. If you get deer that have been eating persimmons, they will taste a different way. You get deer that have been in the apple orchard, they're going to taste a little bit different. I prefer actually the apple version, but my partner at the sheriff's office and I whacked a deer that had been living in a berry patch for a while. He'd been eating berries and persimmons, and holy gods, that was the best venison I've ever had. so you have no aversion to cat, Don. That's good because you go to Chinese restaurants. What?
Not going there. Not going there. I got in trouble the last time I made that joke.
Just that, It's not a joke.
I was singing the cats in the kettle at the Peking Moon, and people started bitching at me on my own blog. The cats in the kettle at the Peking Moon.
Well, Neil and I might have been sitting in a Chinese restaurant in Jacksonville discussing cat and dog. And he noticed, or I noticed, there weren't any cats around. And he goes, well, he says, I got a pretty good recipe for dog. And he says, and I think that's what's on the buffet over there. Neil was not exactly, is still not exactly normal. But his maintainer, and when he was with Air America, was Chinese. And he had to, for his benefits, he got shifted from Long Tien over in Laos to Tan Son Nhut as the operations manager.
Holly asked if these are hand grenades on the quilt. No, those Chinese lanterns.
Yeah.
Wow. I know where her brain's at.
So he had to fly up from Tan Son Nhut. He would take flights just to get the hell out of the office, and went up to and one thing, I think he said Bien Moi, which is where they had one of their maintenance facilities, and the airplane broke. So his Chinese mechanic took him home for supper and for a place to stay. And he commented on the very good dinner that he was served. Now it was dog.
Oh.
So he got a jar of pickled dog and the recipe. And every time he flew into Bien Moi after that, the mechanic was giving him another jar of pickled dog.
Oh, no. No.
And then I got invited over to their house for Thanksgiving, and he had married Anna, a Vietnamese lady that he met in Vientiane, Laos. And I walked out back, opened the grill, and there was something long and round on the grill. And I made the mistake of coming back in the house and went, yeah, we having dog for Thanksgiving? And Anna chased me around the house with a butcher knife for 20 minutes. And Neil was sitting at the table just dying of laughing.
Back to the basket bunnies.
Huh?
But was it dog?
It wasn't dog. It was a full-size tenderloin.
Oh, okay.
Back to the basket bunnies. Off of, yeah. John is making these. Price to be determined. Ask her.
Yeah.
If you want to ask her, email's right there.
Yeah.
Basket bunnies. Buy them for your friends.
Buy the quilt, too.
And buy the, well, I don't, she may put up a fight for this one. She apparently,
It might be for sale. I don't know yet.
she's not sure if she wants to sell this one or not, but I was going to say something. I've just totally forgotten what the hell I was going to say.
Oh, John.
Some big,
John.
yeah, that's that. I was purposely ignoring that pun.
Well, actually, we did clean out all the tables around us. They all got up and left. Some of them left half their meal.
big hogs. Ashley Emerson, we were talking to him here recently,
Yeah.
and said that big hogs, you can actually save the tenderloins and the backstrap.
Yeah.
On because if I shoot a hog over about 200 pounds, especially a boar,
Yeah.
You can't cook anything bigger than 200 pounds from a boar and have it taste like anything except funk.
Yeah.
And I've been in the army. Yeah.
Street food, yeah, Andy. Street food in Asia is always better. I mean, generically it's monkey meat on a stick, but street food anywhere in the world is usually pretty good.
Right on a stick.
Yeah.
But if you can get a nice fat sow that runs 100, 125 pounds, maybe up to 150, that's good eating.
Yeah.
And if you, Ashley says you can take the back straps and the tenderloins out of those big hogs if you quarter them out real quick, and they're not gamey at all.
Yeah.
So if we get on a sounder,
Yeah.
I may experiment with that.
Yeah. Oh, $1.46 a pound for pork butt's not bad.
Hmm.
Oh, apparently gas prices are going stupid.
Have you tried to fill up your car recently?
No,
Mm.
I'm fixing to, but
It's $3.39 a gallon.
what?
That's why I left. I left Oregon.
Well, they were talking gas in California is $4.74 a gallon for unleaded
They're
regular.
looking at
And
north
that's
of
not the highest I've seen.
north of 5 after the weekend.
Well, it's already over 5 for anything mid-grade.
But rest assured, Biden is going to work on it.
Yeah, right.
The
I'm going to
ficus,
save the watch. Well, actually, I can't save the watch because it's next door.
The
But
fi-
the shoes are already brown.
the ficus has announced that the gas prices are very important to them.
Yeah.
Which means somebody in the back saw the polling numbers, shit a solid gold kitten, and started pulling strings. So now Biden's going to do something with the gas prices. This ought to be interesting.
Yeah. Damn, Andy, you guys are definitely a lot lower than Maryland.
Do we boar hunt? We hunt a lot of things.
We would love to boar hunt, Brian. The problem is getting on someplace that is not going to charge us $1,000 a gun plus
Yeah.
$125 a hog.
Yeah, no. What I need to do is we need to shake down one of our buddies, Gunsmith Joe, and see if we go hunt in Nebraska, because a couple of Nebraska whitetails
Yeah.
would fill up some freezers quite nicely.
Yeah. Well, it's it's getting ugly everywhere. And the other thing that's not being mentioned about Russia-Ukraine thing is Nord Stream 2, because guess what country the pipeline goes through that goes to Europe?
Several.
It goes through Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah, and Poland.
So yeah,
And Moldova, whatever,
Moldova.
which I always thought was a made-up country in horror novels, but apparently there is such thing as Moldavia.
Yeah, Don, we know how thin on the ground the damn hogs are up there. Not in freaking existent.
Don, if past events are any indication of future, if I show up with a tag for hogs, they'll all disappear.
But
I still got to get up there for a pheasant hunt.
yeah, well, we were promised that in 2009. And here it is, 2022.
Yeah, pheasant.
Yeah.
That was the original. Yeah, after
That was the original plan.
the original plan. After all the festivities, you're supposed to have a nice week of pheasant hunting.
Yep, Doug, axis deer are nice. However, it is a bit pricey to shoot those suckers.
Yeah.
In hill country. Moldova is near Transylvania. Yeah.
Exactly. No, you don't need a tag for hogs. It's just the landowners. Hogs don't even need it. Hogs are the only thing in Texas you don't have to have to shoot.
Yeah.
If you see a hog, you can whack it. Hunting license, no hunting license, nothing. Because landowners have discovered they can milk the hunters
Yeah.
because
Butter is $6 a pound.
The, no tag for hogs. It's all
Yeah.
you can shoot. There's no season, no limit. You don't even need a hunting license. But the landowners have been charging doctors and lawyers from the Metro Mess in Houston and San Antonio to come up and drink
Austin.
in Austin, drink beer with their buddies, and they're charging them $1,000 a rifle for a private land hunt.
And $125 any hog they shoot.
And I'm not saying to do somebody a favor to get hogs off his land.
Yeah, axis is no
Axis
limit, no
It's
season
an invasive
because
species.
it's an invasive species.
Mhm.
But anybody that
Exotic.
has axis behind their high fences are charging an arm and a leg
Yeah.
to come shoot them.
They'll charge more for axis than they do hogs. Yeah, the private land, most of Texas is private land, and the landowners have discovered that they can milk the hunters for, when your hunters are mainly bored doctors and lawyers, they'll pay to get away from their wives
Yeah.
and drink beer with their buddies in North Texas for a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we know a certain judge that was notorious for doing that here.
sure do.
Yeah. And he would occasionally come back with deer meat. Occasionally.
Yeah, there was Matt and I. Actually, there was a officer at the sheriff's office who had land up on the river, and Matt and I got permission to hunt hogs with the, and she wasn't going to charge us, but she told me that she would normally charge,
Yeah.
and she was charging $1,000 a rifle for a 3-day Friday, Saturday, Sunday hunt.
Yeah.
$1,000 a rifle, and she wasn't losing that many deer.
Yeah.
They would come up, they would cough up, everybody spent $1,000. They'd sit in this log cabin, drink beer, and scratch stuff and
Yeah.
tell their buddies, war stories, and then, Sunday night pack up, go back to Metroplex.
Yeah. Yep, Don, we know. It's just time and availability.
I get up there, the only thing I see is prairie dogs, and those little bastards shoot me in the finger and disappear before I get within range to whack them.
Well, if you reach out a little bit with a different round.
I like mortaring in the 22s. Back 100 yards from prairie dog wobbling rounds in. The prairie dog's going, what the hell is the hell?
Me, I just back up, get a good
Yeah.
long range.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I like to get Kansas or Nebraska. A couple of
Hit the rainbow.
Kansas or Nebraska does.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I prefer doe meat to buck.
Yeah.
All day and every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yes, Nancy, 1K a rifle to go
Yep.
after pest.
People will pay it because they're not paying to hunt.
Yeah.
They're paying $1,000 to get away from their wives.
Yeah, Sean, prairie dogs do the same thing with it. Yeah, if you get within 200 yards of a prairie dog farm, they're pretty much going to go to ground. Oh, now you tell us, Dawn. I swear.
Well,
I
just remember. Oh, look, we got another one.
Yeah.
I just remember the showing up one year with a rifle capable of taking antelope, rocket goats, and not seeing a rocket goat the entire time I was there.
Yeah, that was the year that we were staying at the stage stop. That little 13-year-old girl, first ever hunt, first day, 300 yards, pops one.
Whacks a rocket goat and kills it right dead square in its hooves.
Yeah, and it was a big one.
Yeah.
And her daddy was so proud of her. And I said, well, are you going to share it? She looked at me and went, hell no. Bye. Okay.
I like her.
Yes.
Yeah, ambulance driver is really big at taking a 300-pound Colorado deer with a 318 Dakota.
Yeah. And that was the biggest buck that Kelly has ever killed.
Biggest one I've seen outside of Africa.
Yeah, he would try to pot him with a Barrett, but it didn't work too well.
Mhm.
I'd just break out mine.
Yeah. It's like that 22-250?
Yeah, the 22-250 or the 308. Yeah, reach out and touch them.
Warning network, high subscription rate by all animals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, not much lying. We've got this, we've got a place down in Central Texas we hunt, down in Hamilton County. Rita's dad turned us onto it. It's a great little setup. And they are hip deep and rising fast in deer.
Yeah.
And I've showed up, and other than Rupert, and Rupert's a whole different story. Other than Rupert,
yeah,
I have not seen a deer there yet that I consider ethical to shoot.
Yeah.
I see yearlings and fawns all over the place. And then there's Rupert.
Yeah.
Rupert, when we first met that little bastard, Rupert was a 4-point. And
small 4-point.
He was not a real big 4-point, but he was legal, and I was fixing to whack the yet unnamed Rupert, and he whistled or something, and that little pervert was babysitting a crap ton of fawns. So here I am trying to get a hair on Rupert when I wasn't having some frolicking little fawn in the way because I really didn't want to center punch Bambi's baby sister trying to get Rupert. And he strolled on out of sight, and I was irritated, but what the hell? Okay, no problem. Get up there next year and bed down in the same place, and here comes Rupert. And I know Rupert because Rupert's I can recognize that little bastard. And I am creeping around to thump Rupert, and his that pedophile little bastard was 6 fawns. Doinky, 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 doinky.
Yeah.
And as he walked through my line of fire at 97.5 yards, I never could clean. And I was getting the point I was going to take a shot in the air to see if I scared the fawns. And then hit Rupert with a Texas heart shot just out of sheer piss off. But every time we're there, and Jim's got the same problem. Every time we're there, we will hear gunshots all over the place, and there's deer falling left, right, and center. I see Rupert.
And Rupert would come from his deer stand to where I was with the same damn bunch of fawns.
No pedophile bastard needs to die.
Yeah. Yes, Holly, we are well aware of
Yep.
Johnny's shot down there,
That was fantastic.
and it was a neck shot because he didn't want to ruin any meat.
hell of a good shot.
Yeah, not saying Johnny was damn good with a rifle or a pistol, but he was damn good with both of them.
And everybody was tickled pink when he got that deer. That was fantastic.
Yeah, Sean, I have not had that problem here, but strangely enough, when I was in D.C. or in Northern Virginia, the place that I lived in off 395 was a townhome complex. And we actually had deer coming through there on a routine basis. And I was to the point I was going to shoot one of those son bitches because it was eating the flowers that my neighbor had planted in both her yard and mine. Well, it wasn't mine. I was renting the place. And a buddy of mine was the chief, deputy chief for the county police, county sheriff's office. I said, what would happen if I was to pop a cap up there on a deer? And he goes, depends on how big and how much meat I get.
Man is clear with his
Priorities are good.
Yeah.
Tam Keel refers to the American whitetail as a North American hoofed rat. And they love suburbs because suburbs are filled with people who grew up on Disney.
Yeah.
And think of deer as these tutu-wearing little Bambi.
Yeah.
And up until they center punch a deer with their mom-mobile.
Yeah.
And have to buy a new car. And then after mom-mobile deer interface goes really bad for the suburban mommies, deer start getting thin on the ground.
Well, the problem is, and we saw this in Northern Virginia and up through Pennsylvania, was they wanted the deer gone, but they didn't want you to come in and shoot them.
One of the
wanted the
stupidest things I ever heard of. The absolute stupid was one state, I can't, just California, was trying to pay people to come get a dart gun and shoot deer with contraceptives.
No, that was Pennsylvania.
Population control.
That was Pennsylvania. They did that too.
Who the thought that was a good idea? I don't know, but
Yeah, Jesse, move the warning signs. That was California. That was where the woman complained that the crossing sign needed to be moved because she'd hit a deer and it was not in the crossing sign.
She didn't want the deer crossing the road right there.
Yeah.
Here's your sign.
Yeah. Now, a friend of mine down in Georgia is a nurse. At the time, she was a home health nurse. So I spent a lot of time on the road. And she hit a deer. Her husband, who worked for the corrections department, hit a deer the same day. The son hit a deer the next day. The daughter hit a deer the day after. The insurance company was, needless to say, suspecting that not all of these were actual deer. So they sent an investigator out.
A college kid in a deer suit?
Yeah. So they sent an investigator out who hit a deer going to their place. And she said,
Approved.
she got a call back, said, the agent we sent out is not going to make it. They hit a deer. You're all approved now. You can just get them fixed.
When I was up in the Panhandle working for the sheriff's office up there, the negative deer vehicle interfaces were the most common accident that we had to report to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing, and they were serious. It's like, we want to pay you to shoot deer with dart guns loaded with contraceptives.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, there's nothing wrong with roadkill deer. If you get them fresh, makes no difference at all.
And I'm here to tell you that nothing is quite as contraceptively effective as a 7mm 08 or a 30-30. I guarantee you that deer will not breed.
Yeah. Yes, deer are suicidal bastards.
No. Okay, that's something else about deer. If I'm out there with a rifle, deer are wily, sneaky, clever, suspicious, and I don't see them. If I'm out there in a car, they're la 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 out the road.
Yeah. Well, remember the one we were leaving that day?
Yeah.
And I had to honk the horn to get the damn deer out of the road.
3 days. Been there 3 days.
Yeah.
I saw Rupert and a bunch of fawns.
Yeah.
We are leaving, and there's this deer standing in the road on the way out.
And this was a good sized doe.
And I was going for the rifle, and Jim's honking the horn.
I was trying to get my damn pistol out. I could have shot the freaking doe out the window of the car.
No kidding.
If there hadn't been a house there, I would have. Yeah. Deer will do stupid things.
But they're not as bad as emus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-40 used to clip the top of county I worked, right across the top. And we'd get these panic calls from truck drivers that had an accident. So I'd drive up there, and apparently emus during mating season, something about a Peterbilt sounds like a challenge. So in the middle of the night, you've got a 6-foot chicken that hears a challenge for his hens and will challenge the challenger. And apparently, if you're going along the Texas Panhandle at 3 in the morning, happy as clam at high tide, maybe a little road hypnosis, and a 6-foot chicken jumps on the road, and it will wake you up.
I was just wondering if it's the Jake brakes.
But the number of Peterbilts and Freightliners, I went up there and there was an emu head sticking up by the radiator cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they you think it's first refusal on the meat in a while. Yeah, the only problem with Colorado is they take the head.
They take the head, they take the antlers. He could have had the head.
Yeah.
He wanted the antlers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kelly wanted the antlers.
Because they have to basically look at the brain, the toxicologists do, to see if they're infected.
Oh, the chronic wasting disease.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry, that's Tokamak is an interesting place to work from what I've been told. Yeah, Samson Law. Yeah.
Is that anything like the one he's testing?
Yeah. Yeah, I still remember that friggin' Rupert. Yeah, the problem was, this was a managed hunt, so he really didn't want us taking any of the young deer out.
Right. Yeah, yearlings and fawns were, he didn't want, you could do it, but he didn't want it done.
Yeah.
And we were trying to stay on his good graces, so we didn't.
Yeah, I saw deer every year down there and never got a shot because they were too damn small to take.
Yeah.
But
Well, there was one particular blind I would sit up in, and one day, two fawns walked right on either side of the blind. I could have reached out and pet them, and they're itty bitty little deer. And then fucking Rupert showed up, and they went over to bounce around him and provide effective cover.
With the last year we were down there, I'm sitting in my blind, fat, dumb, and happy, seeing nothing but fawns. And I hear a rifle go off behind me. It's like, well, somebody got a deer. So I text Ian, go, you get anything? He goes, no, I thought that was you. So get back to camp. Oh, there's a deer hanging there. It's the guy that was in the blind behind me.
Uh-huh.
The damn deer went up the fence line 20 feet behind where my blind was. Even if I'd have seen that, I couldn't have shot it because looking back, I was looking straight at the farmhouse.
There's one blind.
It's a nice little 7-pointer.
There's one blind down there, rattlesnake blind. They call it rattlesnake blind, or we do.
Yeah.
It's on top of a limestone hill. And you have to thump the blind before you go in because rattlesnakes tend to curl up inside of it. But you get on that blind and you can see, I mean, it's Texas Hill Country. You can see forever. And there is a 12-point buck that lurks in the berry patch. It's a 14-point. Now it's 14. There's a berry thicket that covers the side of the hill from just below the blind to just above where it's bottomland, and it's a thick, old, thick berry thicket. And that damn buck, Kelly Grayson's been after that buck for how many years?
A bunch. And Rita's dad actually saw it when Chloe got her deer. Mm-hmm. And he had a choice of letting Chloe have hers or taking that 14-pointer, and he let Chloe have hers.
That's because
Yeah.
Hubert was granddad.
Yeah. Nancy, I hope it goes through quickly. And as soon as it does, I'm carry too.
Or get the hell out of Oregon.
No, they're up in Washington. They're up in Washington State.
Get out of Washington.
Get a hold of me later. I've got a guy I can put you with that knows who to go to in Oregon to get your carry permit in Oregon too.
Why do they need a carry permit in Oregon?
Just have it. If they go across the straight line going south.
They don't have reciprocity on touching states?
Nope.
Really?
Oregon.
It's Oregon.
Oh,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Disregard.
Yeah. It's stupid.
I forgot people are stupid.
Yeah, there are enough of them that are stupid out there. Oh, I had something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh yeah, fourth Monday in a row. So, John, I had to repair my watch band yesterday, or actually fix it because it was. Yeah, Oregon does not have reciprocity with anybody. Oh, you go, Koala.
Agents.
So my other watch is in the shop. So I'm looking at this watch band, and the other night it fell off because it was glued rather than actually sewn across where the pins go in.
Oh, wow.
So I take it to the local jeweler, and he takes it out so I can bring it to Jonna and she can stitch it back up. And then I have the bright idea that I can put that watch band back on myself. Well, after about, a half hour, Jonna? Give or take.
Sure, tell yourself what you need.
And I finally get it back together. And then I look at it and I realized that I had put it on backwards. So it's back at the jeweler today.
And they're laughing at him.
And they're laughing at me already to take the band off and put it back on the correct place. Yay. It's the fourth Monday of the week. Oh, and
The paternity suits were filed.
yeah. And the random drive-by comment. Yep, okay. Uh, then down at the post this morning, we were continuing our renovations and had to pull in more wire. And we were plugging in a circuit to a panel that might not have been totally disconnected. So I was the safety guy. And this is in a small.
How desperate you have to be at gym for your safety guy?
It's maybe a little bit bigger than this table we're sitting in. So the guy that's plugging everything in has got one of the headlamps, and it has an activation switch on the side of it rather than in the back.
Headlamp, what we happily refer to as a dork light.
Yeah, it's a good one. And he's trying to see, exactly which hole the wire's got to go in. And he leaned over too far, and his head hit the wall and turned the lamp on. And it's bright.
It looked like something was arcing, didn't it?
It looked like something was arcing. He jumped, I jumped. The people in the other room were sitting there, and one of the other guys was, "You guys alive in there?" Yeah. Scared the crap out of us, but yeah, we're alive. It's good because I ain't gonna get up and come in there.
It's nice that they care.
Yeah, but it was like 20 minutes of, oh my God. I ain't even gonna try it yet. Wait, all right, let me see. Now I'm still shaking too bad.
That tends to happen.
Yeah. Dork light is dork light regardless of quality.
I've got a quick question before we, for the last 10 minutes of this thing.
Yeah.
Of this train wreck.
Again.
Does anybody have any preferences if we for guests you'd like to see on here, or preferences for topics? We might as well, if we're gonna be professional at this crap, we might as well try to be professional as crap.
Wait. Who said anything about being professional?
Yeah, exactly. That was going to be my question. Peanut Gallery says, who is this professional thing we're talking about?
So if you, Peter, yeah, we need Peter on here again.
Yeah.
If y'all could think of any guests that you'd like to see on here.
Realistic guest.
Yeah, realistic.
Organic topics.
Isn't organic when you shovel fertilizer at something till it grows? Okay. Just checking.
We don't have a topic format.
No, we don't.
It's stream of consciousness. Yeah, that's pretty much.
And sometimes we have dead air, which makes me nervous.
Oh, well.
Professional curmudgeons. Yeah. Okay. No. All right. The peanut gallery has spoken. We will continue the same freewheeling format. So we need to get him up here.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Kelly's going to be at TollCon.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to get his autograph or make him blush, come to TollCon. I think we've got him on some panels too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Andy, if we get Stretch back out here, we'll definitely drag him into this. Yeah. Sometimes, yes, Steph, we're literally stopping to read and going, oh,
Stream of subconscious. Stream sort of suggests that there's a constant flow.
Yeah.
We don't have a stream. We have a rivulet
yeah.
in Arizona
The stream.
in July.
All right, Brian, I'll go look at StreamYard. I have no idea what the hell that is. I'm guessing it's software.
What's
Some,
StreamYard?
I don't know.
StreamYard is software for streaming. It handles comments and such as well.
Oh. If I do it on that, can it then go to YouTube or Facebook or?
In fact, I think you can split, like do YouTube and Rumble or something.
Oh,
No.
well, thanks, Sanford.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we're up in the air with Cedar right now for a lot of reasons.
She was on here earlier.
Yeah. All right, Brian, I'll ping you later on.
Did she bail on us?
Yeah, I think she had to.
Mm.
Yeah, we were. This damn thing's getting out of control.
You noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
Hush.
I
control?
was gonna say.
That their control thing going to happen anytime soon?
What are you talking about, Jim?
I'm just. You can't see Jason over in the corner, but he's got this grin on his face. I don't even want to look up.
He's
I have
snarking.
been here from the beginning, and this has never been under control. Ever. Never.
Oh,
Well, it
and
wasn't for like a trying.
Yes, you're both very trying, but that has nothing to do with it. So
coffee syrup taste test yet? What the
No,
hell
it
is a
didn't,
coffee
Richard.
syrup taste test?
I gave that to Cedar because she will actually use it.
Yes.
Oh, and if you like the peanut gallery, give them shout outs because right back behind that camera is a little sort of a living room area with a coffee table and a couch and nice comfy chairs. And I'm willing to bet that we can get John and Rita to sit there and snark for most of one of these with the proper motivation.
We don't need any motivation.
Yeah, this is true.
What is this motivation you speak of? Snark is just a way of life with us. So
And if I can ever find my little spare,
yeah, he'll turn it somewhere.
yeah, I need one more plug-in to be able to do what I want to do because I now have a mic where I can actually mic the back room in the peanut gallery.
No, we can have sitting in that in those chairs right there. Just
Well, they claim they're back there working.
Yarr.
Uh-huh.
uh-huh.
Okay.
No, Sanford's suggestion. And the reason I read these off is some folks don't get the comments when they're replaying later.
Yeah.
And apparently we have people actually listen to these after we're gone,
Yes.
which kind of makes me scared. Did you get Malcolm's email?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
So where was I? I was doing something.
People.
Somebody said that we need to make Deej public. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, damn, Sean. Really? I love it. They busted the head of global community development for Facebook Meta for meeting the kid for nefarious purposes. What a friggin' supply.
Does the kid count in the pedophilia range? Because I'll be damned if it's not the decade of the pedophile right now.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently a pedophilia affliction is required to go to work for CNN these days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's getting kind of ugly. And apparently Cuomo is still blowing up CNN in various ways.
Which one? Which Cuomo? Which
Chris.
one's that one?
The one who was on the network.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And
I have to
his,
The
keep those-
dumber one.
I have to keep those
Believe it.
goombas straight, and I just don't have the brain cells for that.
who was his butt buddy, Lemon,
Yes.
is also getting ready to go to trial.
Don Lemon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pedophilia?
No,
No,
it was aggressively coming onto a guy at a bar.
Yeah.
So it's a sexual harassment lawsuit that took 2 or 3 years to actually get to trial.
Minor attracted person. Okay, koala.
Pedophile.
It's a fucking pedophile.
Pedophile. It's a pedophile.
Call him fertilizer.
Yeah.
Or as the peanut gallery says, fertilizer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sexual assault. I did see one thing from one of the head honchos at Discover who wanted CNN to actually go back to impartial journalism.
That's going to happen.
I don't think CNN's ever had. They
Yeah,
couldn't spell
no.
impartial journalism with a bag full of Scrabble tiles.
No,
were at
they
least better.
they were a lot better when they originally
They
when
weren't
Ted
good.
Turner started it. It was actually pretty good.
For 3.2 seconds.
No, it was pretty
No,
good
for about
first
10
5, 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Hillary to go to trial for excess before and after.
Great again.
With the Durham probe, she might.
Yeah.
No, the drone probe's getting interesting.
Yeah.
I am actually a friend of mine and I are just well, Gunsmith Joe are discussing putting together a blackjack course, um, a 4 to 8 hour on how to use a blackjack
Yeah.
properly. Um, so we're
Blackjack or slapjack?
both.
Okay.
So we're going to. That's something we're noodling about. If I can make $100, $250 a person and teach them how to hit somebody with a blackjack, yeah, money and fun all at once.
Well, if you're gonna do that, might as well teach them how to do it with a pistol too.
Yeah.
You can use a blue gun.
I'd have to.
Yeah.
I actually, I've actually had the improvised striking device, which is pistol whipping 101.
Yeah.
Course.
Improvised striking device. It's yeah.
Anyway, so that's in a nutshell for the new year. Want some things out of the. That was actually Sanford. He said might bend a barrel. That was actually in the course. It was to teach you how to hit somebody without disabling your gun.
Yeah, Sanford. My one of the guns in my safe might shoot a little bit to the right.
The proper way to hit somebody with a gun is either muzzle punch straight from the muzzle or using the top.
Yeah.
You don't ever use the butt or the trigger guard or the side. It's
Yeah.
always the muzzle punch or using the top.
Well, he was doing it back before
Yeah, I
you
know.
were born,
I know.
and it's a 1917.
I know.
But when he was deputy sheriff down in Caddo Parish, it shoots a little bit to the right. So I think, and he was right-handed.
Yep. Man, it's the issue I'm having with putting this class together is there's either way too much historical sit-down knowledge for the goons or way too much hitting other people for the geeks.
Yeah.
It's about 50-50, 4 hours of this is the history of a blackjack, this is the care of feeding a blackjack, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of
We know somebody that hosted.
yeah, we do. I have to put it together. I have to put the curriculum together
Yeah.
first, and then actually getting out there and putting it together. It's it's either right now it's weighted 50-50 towards the
Yeah.
goon side and the geek side.
Woodstock M1 butt stroke. Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, Brian, I'm looking at a friend of mine. He actually broached this the other night. We're talking about putting together a SAP class. If I had done this last year, Brian, you could get cleat, but my TCOL instructor certification, I didn't teach for 2 years, so my TCOL instructor certification is lapsed. I can't get you cleat or TCOL credit.
But our host might be able to.
Might be able to.
All right, folks, we've wasted another hour and 3 minutes of your time today.
Yay! Can't believe y'all still sit here and listen to us yammer.
Yeah, running with scissors. All right, folks, be safe. If you got to get out in this stupid ass weather, be careful.
Yeah, be safe, guys. All right.
It is getting slick out there, especially if you get any rain. And we'll see you next Tuesday at noon.
Noon Central Standard Time.
Yeah. Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty
Stay
stuff.
safe, guys.
Bye-bye.